I'm going to show you something. Let me share the screen to show you something. And you tell me if you were in every situation, what would you do? So let's talk about these situations. Okay. Oh, yeah, of course you can choose. Yeah, A or B. So we have, of course, we have suggested answers so you can choose. So if your boyfriend, okay, so is cheating on you. So for example, if your boyfriend was cheating on you, what would you do?
I think I will choose A.
A, you would go for A. So he, okay, was not.
Break up with him.
You would break up with him. You would break up with him. Yeah, of course. And let him go. Good. Yeah, of course.
Immediately.
Cheater, miserable cheater, of course.
Sure.
Yes.
I think I can stand. Maybe if you forgive him one time, maybe the second time.
Of course it happens. Of course it happens. So there, yeah, of course there is no exception. So if someone can do something for once, it definitely they can do it for the second time. So why chance? Okay. So miserable cheater. Of course you need to let him go. Yeah. And yeah, oh look at me.
Yeah, sometimes we pan and cry so much, but I think
No, why should I cry? Really, I can't understand why people cry when someone cheat on them.
because actually we maybe I love him or something was very
Okay,
painful. I think it's painful to have.
but you are not the one who cheated. That person cheated on you, so I think they should cry. So why? It's okay. Yeah, really. So why? I
I will
can't.
cry, but because
No,
painful, but the short time.
no, I never cry for something. I never cry for. Yeah, really. There are. I think there are more serious things in life that make you cry than okay cheating. Okay, so it's okay. They can cheat on you. So I think everyone can live a life that they deserve. So it's like, yeah, it's okay. And if you were stuck in an elevator, what would you do? I would start screaming.
I think I will press an alarm button.
Ah, of
Maybe we'll
course.
scare. Maybe I will scare, but I think
Yeah,
the first thing is press the alarm button.
yeah, of course. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would press the alarm button and wait for help. Yeah, I would start shouting, screaming.
Yeah. Maybe we will scare and
Of course, it's
screaming and cry.
scary. Of course,
But I think I
especially
will
when
press the button.
yeah, especially when it's power cut, it's really scary. So you wait in darkness. I was sort of no, of
Maybe
course.
if have something, maybe break your leg, break the leg,
Why?
break the leg. Because if the elevator fall
Oh
down,
no, it's like you were only stuck in an elevator. So you meant that for example, if it I don't know fell down. No, no, of course it's really dangerous. You would die.
I think
Wow.
too much.
No, no, it's just you are so negative. No, no, I just you were stuck in the elevator.
Oh,
It's okay
I'm
after a few
overthinking.
minutes. Of course, someone would help you.
Yes, I'm
Oh
overthinking. So I think too
God,
much.
you're so negative. You're so negative. And
I'm thinking too much.
yeah, yeah, of course. If you failed a job interview, what would you do? Would you try harder in the next interview and would you think that you were a failure?
Think that you are fellow.
Oh, really?
Because I'm overthinking.
I would do it again and again to get the job. Yeah, really.
Well, maybe I will
I would,
think about
yeah.
this.
You say
Why
B.
I
I
have
say A.
fellow.
I would. Why you failed? Of course. Yeah, I remember that. You were overthinker. Yeah. Okay. So I go for A. And what would you do if you were trapped in a burning building? You can't. How keep calm? How you can keep
You
calm?
come and find
It's
a way out.
burning.
Call your family member to say goodbye.
It's not really good. Yeah.
Maybe I will find a way out first.
Of course,
Don't
everyone.
have time to call a family member.
Of course, why should I call? So I'm not gonna die. So of course we find a way to, I don't know, to go out and to rescue. So of course no. So A, yeah, of course.
Yeah, I'm A.
And it's so bad, burning. Oh, fire stove. Oh. And you, okay, saw a man that's pretend to be disabled to beg on the street. What would you do? Oh, I would call the police.
That's pretend to be disabled.
Disabled to beg on the street to get money. They, you know that some people pretend to be disabled. They can't walk, they can't talk, but it's not real. Of course, it's not for real. And this way they can beg on the street and they can, I don't know, get money from people. And because people normally feel empathy, like they have empathy toward people, toward disabled people. So what would you do?
Things that there are still good out there.
I'm so naive, so I would help. Yeah, I'm so
Because we don't know true or not. Maybe we'll have them. Actually, we don't know is it true or not.
yeah, of course, but
Maybe true. Yeah, maybe true.
of course. So I think, yeah, I would trust, like I would trust, and I will help. So
Yes,
maybe,
I think so.
yeah,
Yes, doing good.
of course. Yeah, because you would think that there are still good people out there. Yeah, of course, there are lots of good people out there. Well, according to this, like test or I don't know, questionnaire, so we can say if we are an optimistic person or pessimistic person. So the first word, optimism and optimistic person. So what is that? If you are optimistic, if you're an optimistic person, you have a positive and a hopeful attitude about the future. So optimistic or optimism, actually the state of having positive and hopeful So are you an optimistic person? Can you consider yourself as an optimist? Because
about positive.
yeah, it's like sometimes people can be both optimist or pessimist. Or sometimes you feel like that we are really optimist about something, I don't know, the outcome of something, the result of something, or the future. Sometimes no. It's like, maybe you can balance between, optimism and pessimism, like, sometimes positive, sometimes negative, but mostly, if you mostly tend to be positive and think positively about future, so you are optimist. Now, tell me if you are an optimist person.
I think person, but sometimes I'm thinking positive.
Yeah, because actually, we can say that an optimistic person tends to focus on opportunities and possibilities. I don't know, rather than challenges or problems. Oh, so, like, you know, they focus on opportunities or possibilities rather than challenges and obstacles, like, you know, okay, everything. They use, they make use of every opportunity to, I don't know, to achieve their goals and to succeed. So we can say that, but sometimes it's actually optimism can be a bit negative if it's too much, you know, because you don't consider the risk. So just, you know, you take some risks that are not real logical. So they can be, I don't know, it can be a bit dangerous. On the other hand, we have pessimism, and someone with this attitude is pessimistic or pessimist. Pessimistic person, someone who has negative and hopeless attitude about future. So negative and hopeless attitude about future. They normally focus on negative side of everything. So on challenges, on difficulties, rather than opportunities and possibilities. So I'm really worried about my cousin. She shows deep pessimism about the new flu. She thinks that it's the end of humanity. So a flu. The cousin is crazy.
What's the thing?
Yeah, really the end of humanity just with flu? Oh.
Get flu and end up.
Oh,
Get
yeah, of course. For example, you catch flu and that is the end of humanity. Oh, no way. So, yeah, and but this is really, actually, it can lead a deep depression. The high level of pessimism can lead to a deep depression, disappointment, and it can be really dangerous. Yeah. So pessimistic is someone, this is adjective, and we have pessimist, that is a noun, and you can use both of them, pessimistic person or pessimist. Well, the next word or verb is cater for something. It means to be ready, to provide. So if you provide what is needed, you cater for something. You can cater for an event, or you can cater for something, the result of something, consequences. As an event organizer, I often make backup plans in order to cater for the worst cases, to be ready for the worst cases. So when we say, for example, at a hotel, we can say that this hotel caters for weddings, for large events. It means they're ready and actually they provide what is needed. So cater for it means to provide what is needed. So it can be for an event, or I don't know. Well, and now let's see. So actually it's really good to cater for something, especially unexpected events or unexpected disasters or problems or difficulties. So for example, nowadays, as you know, and you might heard the news that actually we are facing a really big problem with wildfire in Los Angeles. And you know that, yeah, of course, some areas are burning and they can't control, and lots of people, of course, had to evacuate their homes because the government couldn't control this fire. And if they were if they catered for this type of problem, because we know that it may happen, especially when it's windy. And I remember that it was 2021 that we had another fire. And so we should cater for this type of problems. Now, okay, what will happen even if it continues? Maybe everyone should evacuate their homes and, I don't know, go to another city, or for example state. Of course, Los Angeles is very big.
The reason why
it's wind. Actually, let me say something.
But the reason.
Let me say, according to, of course, we are not sure about this. It's just something that we heard and we watched the news. Like, there was human. Like, some people made it. The first. So, but actually, what's made it bigger and bigger, and what made it so something that uncontrolled is like the wind. It's so windy and they can't control. So, but actually we thought that it's like, because in the past, that this is dry season, there is no rain. It's winter, but there is no rain, there is no snow, and because of it's so dry and it's so windy. And that's actually, so around, like, we have some forest, and the fire started from forest and around Los Angeles. But after that, so because of wind direction, some different areas, unfortunately, now are struggling with this fire, and they unfortunately couldn't do anything to stop fire and to stop homes from burning. But who knows? No. Let me say something, because there is lots of news on social media, and that let me say, California is really big. Los Angeles is very large city, and I can say that this fire is burning about 1% of the city, not everywhere. So, okay. And now, after it's about, I think, a week. Yeah, started from last Tuesday, I remember. So after 1 week, they control about maybe 10% of fire. Not all, but it's about 1 or 1.5%. Not everywhere, but people think that, okay, everywhere is burning. No, it's not. But unfortunately, so lots of people, how many people had to evacuate, and unfortunately, few people died. And of course, the number, I think maybe 10.
They have fire and they moved to another place.
Yeah, of course, but it was really unexpected. Because we didn't know what is going on. For example, suddenly, so for example, okay, it was another parade, and then due to wind direction, so another parade. You know what I mean? It's like, people, it's like, if, of course, now we're ready. So we know that, okay, maybe, and it was power cut and no water. So, different problems. And unfortunately, I think about 8 people died due to this wildfire. And we have lots of people who injured. And for example, a hospital, so they needed and they had to evacuate the hospital, and patient needed to move to another place. So it was really, unfortunately, and now people are doing some, I don't know, making some donation to help. So because you know that they couldn't take anything, nothing, you know, it's like they couldn't take anything with themselves. So of course they need food. Of course, it's so, and unfortunately, so you know that our government is really rich government, and unfortunately they do nothing. So it's like, okay, we can. So when it's about 1 week, and what's going on really, we don't know. It's okay. Of course, it's not very, yeah, it's large area, but you know, regarding and you know considering uh the whole area, so it's not really, but I think you know they need to do something, but they don't. As I think they spent more.
That's place like rich people made like Hollywood actors.
Oh no,
Rich
no, it's not.
person.
It's an area. Okay, you know that. So actually, some expensive areas.
Expensive.
Yeah, of course, some expensive areas, not so some people, some we can say celebrities, they have, I don't know, villas or some big houses, mansion in this actually part of city. And of course, they had to evacuate their homes, unfortunately. But you know, because I see something, I saw something, and I think it was on Instagram. So it was, you know, Hollywood sign was burning. No, it's not. It's, you know, actually, I don't know why, but this is actually, it's, you know, now we are facing two major wildfires. It's not one, you know that. We have Eden fire and we have Palisade fire. So two fires, different areas. But, you know, yeah, some celebrities had to evacuate their house. So, you know, some needed to evacuate their homes, but not everyone. So, but unfortunately, we can say that the fire has devastated the whole neighborhood in Pacific Palisade. And, you know, unfortunately, I think about 8 deaths and lots of destruction you saw, as you saw. And I don't know, maybe 1,000, maybe 2,000, 3,000 structures destroyed, totally destroyed. And we have Eden fire that, you know, it's about another area. And unfortunately, we can't do anything about it because, you know, but we can say they didn't cater for it. You know, they didn't do anything and now just waiting, and firefighters, you know, making lots of effort to solve the issue, but unfortunately they can't because of, you know, we don't have enough water and it's windy. So yeah, they
They
can,
have to control the fire.
of course, but they don't do anything. I don't know what they want to do. So really, but you know,
Yeah, nearly my areas have some case now. Nearly maybe 2 weeks ago, I was
yeah,
scared of fire.
yeah, of course,
It
it was, you know,
destroys everything. Like
yeah, of
factories,
course,
like factories,
yeah,
lost a lot of money.
of
Destroys
course,
everything. So we
yeah, of course.
very
So we,
very scared about this. So have
yeah,
to
of course,
take care everything.
yeah, of
Yeah,
course. But
yeah.
I don't know. Of course, so the good point is that you know, we can say that state government actually has informed that insurance should pay and they should assist those affected by fire, because the first actually they said that no, we wouldn't pay for actually fire and I don't know, for example, accidents. But the actually state government, no, recently has informed that no, they have to pay. So I
Insurance
think,
pay for that?
of course, they have to. Of course, they have to pay.
Insurance have to pay for?
Of course, for fire accident, they have to.
Oh.
They have to pay because I think it's about maybe 100,000 people affected by this fire, and they lost their homes. So of course they should pay. So who? Yeah, of course, who's gonna pay? So of course government should take responsibility because they need to control. So it's like, we don't know what will happen and when this fire ends. Really, no one has no idea about it. But I think they need to pay, and they will. I think they will. So just this part is good, at least. It's a bit, I don't know, a little bit.
No insurance.
No, here.
We don't have.
Actually, the first they refused. They refused pay. Like, they said, okay, no, we won't pay for, this type of actually disaster, like, fire. But because actually the number of people who affected by this disaster is really not a large number, actually state governments informed that no, they have to pay. This is a part of their insurance and they have to pay. And let's see, we're waiting. So, yeah, of course, this really terrible situation that's really horrifying, but at least maybe a little bit motivation for people. Yeah, and we can't do anything except for praying. Just this. There is nothing that we can do about it. Yeah, I talked a lot. I talked a lot.
Too.
Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah. So, it's 10:30, so we need to skip this part. So let's keep going with the rest of it tomorrow. So we learned the word cater for, and I gave you a really good example of, not catering for something, but we should cater for the worst cases and the, I don't know, worst maybe situation and condition. Well, so let's skip the part, and tomorrow we'll keep going with the rest of this topic. So have a good dream, sweet night.
Teacher.
Thank you so much. Thank you. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, see you tomorrow.
Of course. Goodbye. Goodbye.